This morning, I'll be making a presentation on the human nutrition and the digestive system. My name is Chidima Grace Salvagin Eze. In this presentation, I'll be talking about the human digestive system, the structure, and the stages and function of the digestive system. And I'll be discussing about the chemical, mechanical digestion, including the optimum conditions for two enzymes that I have chosen to discuss today. And finally, I will talk about the constituent food groups of balanced diet, their functions, and their sources. Okay, let's go on. Um, the digestion involves the breakdown of foods into smaller components until they can be absorbed and assimilated into the body. Looking at the picture I have here of the human being that is trying to put food into her mouth, and this is the process of digestion, and this process of digestion has three stages, which is the cephalic phase, the gastric phase, and the intestinal phase. The cephalic phase of digestion is a stage which the stomach responds to the mere sight of smell, taste, and the thought of food. You can see a picture of a child that is trying to put food into her mouth, and the fact that the sensory and the mental inputs coverage on the hypothalamus is to induce the response needed for preparation of gastrointestinal tract of food processing, which relaxes the signal to the medulla oblongata. And then from the cephalic phase, we go to what we call the gastric phase, which starts when food enters the stomach and lasts until it leaves the stomach. And from there, we get to the intestinal phase, which begins when food enters the small intestine and lasts until it is absorbed. It is stimulated by the presence of carbohydrates, acids in the intestine. And the digestion starts in the mouth. Then the mouth is where the digestive system begins. It chews the food and combines it with saliva, which brings it in a form that is easier for your stomach to break down. From the mouth, before we go to the next phase, I want you to know that it takes approximately 7 seconds for food to travel through the esophagus to the stomach. And for an adult female, small intestine is longer than the average adult male, and the stomach of an adult holds 1.5 liters of food, and food stays there for 2 to 3 hours. Okay, then from the mouth it goes to the esophagus. The esophagus is like a tube. It's a tube that is connected from the mouth down to the stomach. It helps the food to move from the mouth to the stomach, and it stops the reverse motion from the stomach. And from there it goes to the liver. The liver is the largest glandular organ, which weighs about 1.36 kg. It is reddish brown color with 4 lobes of equal size and shapes. From the liver, it goes down to the stomach. The stomach partially digests the food into chyme and is sent to the small intestine. From the small intestine, it passes through further digestion and absorption of nutrients. And from the stomach, we get to the pancreas. The pancreas is a fish-shaped grayish pink organ of about 6 inches and 6 inches in length, and is located in the back of the abdomen, just behind the stomach. The food travels, so from there it goes to the small intestine. The small intestine is a bundle of tube in your abdomen. When stretched, is measured about 22 feet, like 6 inches, and from there it goes to the large intestine. The large intestine is a tubular organ which alerts nutrients, and is digested in the body too. From the large intestine, it goes to the rectum, and from the rectum, any undigested food goes to the rectum, and where it is stored as feces, and from the feces it goes to the anus, where it comes out as poo. The process of mechanical and chemical digestion includes the optimal conditions for the enzymes involved. Mechanical digestion and chemical digestion are the two methods your body uses to break down foods. But mechanical digestion is a physical process where grinding, tossing, and churning your food, it churns the food into smaller pieces. It begins in the mouth with chewing and then moves down to the stomach, and from the stomach it goes to the small intestine, and when it gets to the small intestine, it starts the process. There's a chemical digestion. There is a process that the enzyme uses to change the chemical composition of the food. It occurs in the mouth, stomach, and the small intestine. Again, chemical digestion. In chemical digestions, enzymes and acids helps break down the food, and then in mechanical digestion, it involves the chewing of the food into smaller pieces. Now, there are three principles of endophysides enzymes cutting proteins into the human digestive system, which are pepsin, chymotrypsin, and trypsin. Pepsin is an endopeptide that breaks down protein into smaller peptides. It is produced in the gastric chief cells of the stomach lining and is one of the main digestive enzymes in the digestive system of human and many other animals, where it helps digest the proteins in the food. Then the chymotrypsin is a digestive enzyme component of pancreatic juice. This is the chymotrypsin is a digestive enzyme component of pancreatic juice, and it acts in the duodenum, where it performs the proteolysis of the breakdown of proteins and polypeptides. Then the trypsin is an enzyme in the first section of the small intestine that starts the digestion of protein molecules by cutting long chains of amino acid into small pieces. Now, the constituent food groups of a balanced diet and the examples of their sources. We have to form a balanced diet, there are 5 different food groups that we should include in our meals. Group 1, meat, fish, and alternatives. It supplies protein and micronutrients, then iron and zinc. Group 2, we have bread, cereals, and potatoes, which supply fiber and energy. Group 3, we have fruits and vegetables packed full of nutrients and antioxidants. Group 4, we have milk and dairy food rich in calcium for bones and proteins for muscle contraction. Group 5, we have foods containing fats and food containing sugar. This group should be limited as they are high in calories but obtain low vitamins and minerals. Now, the constituents of food groups of a balanced diet and the examples of their sources. We have, if you look at the diagram here, we have fats, oil, sugar, and salt used in small amounts. It's advised you use them in small amounts. We have meat and alternatives. You can have it 2 to 3 servings per day. Then we have fruits and vegetables. You can do 2 servings each day. And then you have rice and alternatives. You can do 5 to 7 servings per day. And this, I believe, is a very good example of groups of food, groups of balanced diets and examples of their sources. Thank you very much.